What's up guys, Shouri here, and today we're going to be talking about Judex. She gets a bad rap and she's pretty underrated, especially if you're playing solo ranked. So it does take some skill, you do have to be able to aim, and it takes a lot of different things to kind of keep in mind. You need to make sure you're reloading whenever you don't have full ammo and you're not in a fight. Whenever someone's shooting you and you see those red arrows around you, you immediately want to jump. Judex is a very rare character though. She's one of the only characters that jumping actually makes you more accurate instead of less accurate. Because she's hit scan, anytime someone comes across you, it will shoot. So if you are jumping up and down and aiming at someone, whenever you come down, you will shoot their head first. So it actually can not only keep you alive, but it can even help you get those headshots as long as you can line it up when you're coming down onto the person. And of course, it is one of those characters that can be almost sniper-like, and you can also use corners of walls and different things to be able to jump peek over them, and people won't be able to necessarily shoot you, but you can peek shot them for even headshots at almost 3k, or body shots in that 1700 range, which is usually enough to end up getting the kill. We're getting shot in the back, we have those arrows, and whenever that happens, like I said, you want to jump. It's always going to be to your benefit, and luckily we do find out where they are, and since you have long range without any damage drop off, it's going to be your job to pick off those Glorias, those Osises, and you do sometimes need to wall peek. If you're going up against an Osis, you want to wall peek so he can't one-shot you in the head. And it kind of sucks sometimes to sit there and wall peek, but you do need to do that sometimes on Judex. She's not the best character in the game, but she can be good, and in my opinion, she's one of the most fun to play. But right here, what we want to do is go and get these guys on the right. We did see two of them go that way, and we wanted to help our teammate out, especially since it was our healer. We do want to make sure they live as long as possible. We did get the hunter in time. Our fade goes ahead and drops a bubble. We are going to get out of it because once they see the fade bubble, usually that's what they're going to attack. So we swung wide right and we were able to kill the Christina almost immediately. We come back in and then we clean up for our teammate. Right here, we don't want to get sniped, so we want to go in, peek for just a second and throw our blind, go ahead and help our guys that we're going to be fighting them, and then we can go in and then hit our other grenade to help with the fade. Right here, we got him low. Our Christina did his work, and then our healer did a great job as well. We did end up dying there, and then we come in. Our teammates are doing a great job, but they did die here, and I would recommend waiting for your team to spawn, and I was going to wait for the tank and healer, but I wanted to poke out and kind of distract them and get maybe a kill, get some damage on everyone. And then once the Christina went in, I was like, okay, we'll just go in. But luckily, my other teammates actually waited and they played with each other. With Judex, it's one of those characters that you are really good at picking off kills or just helping get people low for your team to pick off the kills. So you do want to work together. It is not a lone wolf character necessarily, even though it's very good in solo ranked. We did end up losing to some weird stuff happening into that second round, but on the third round, we do come out strong. We have our guy switch from an Iris to a Neon, and we have some Neon shield on us. We do know that there's a Gloria up top. It's pretty much what he did the entire time last game, and it was a really big deal, and it kind of hurt our team a lot. So what I ended up doing was going under this bridge, so I'm now under the Gloria, and hopefully I can go up and get the Gloria and maybe even get them to try to come for me, and I'm always next to this heal. The reason you want to be next to the heal is because you have a lot of good heals with your reloads, but it's always good to be near that small heal and make sure you can get it. But our teammates are fighting the hunter. We get nice 2 headshots, and right here I'm just looking for the next guy to come, and I'm timing when the Gloria is going to spawn, and so I was almost ready to turn around for it, but the Judex ended up coming and getting me instead, which is a little rough, but hey, it's all good. And then I see my Aletta going up, assuming he's going for the Gloria, so I go up, and we do end up finishing his kill. Like I said, this is a great team player kind of character, because you can take such good peek shots for that 3k damage. If you have a Christina, which let's be honest, in ranked you're gonna have a Christina, you can go ahead and capitalize off one of their shots and a headshot of you, and you are golden. Especially if they have their level 10 perk where it has that damage over time, it'll kill them. And that's what kind of makes this a little bit viable. And I'll show you it's actually viable to win in ranked as Judex. But right here, we are going to go ahead and get the kill on the Aletta that was trying to go in there and end up getting that heal. But we did take him out first. And right here, I'm not shooting at anyone. That's my favorite part about Judex. I am literally shooting so I can reload to heal myself. So right here, I'm going to be basically to full health before this health pack comes up and before they get out of spawn. I am being more careful here because I don't want to run out of ammo or necessarily get my position up that hard, but luckily for me, my teammates were there to help me once that Gloria got there. I was going to go for the small heal, but I can avoid that Gloria and then end up helping my team more. We did end up getting him, and then the Aletta comes for us. We do blind him while he's invisible. I move in to go make sure I'm near my healer, and I saw the Christina, so I took the flick. Luckily, we did get it. We didn't end up getting the heal, which is unfortunate, but, you know, will I be able with like 5 guys there? It's going to hit somebody. It's whatever. Luckily for us, we were able to stall the Aletta enough to be able to get the round win. And like I said, you can definitely win with this hero, but you do have to realize you do need help sometimes, because the best part about Judex is just being able to jump and peek shot people. We had a hard time this round, and they got it pretty much all the way to this checkpoint at this point. A lot of the times, if your team doesn't have enough firepower to help you get those kills and there's too many shields, you may need to switch to a different hero. Don't be stubborn. If it's not working, change it. You can always play it the next game. But by accidentally digging myself into this insane hole, it kind of shows the whole last stand ability of the combo of Christina and Judex. These two characters together are actually crazy. Because of the fact that Christina has so much AoE and you can one-shot headshot people after a level 10 Christina hits them, it just makes you guys the ultimate duo. Even if your shots register, like not at all, like that's not annoying. I'm fine. I'm not okay. But luckily, we did end up having our shots register after this, so that's nice. But you also need to know when to retreat sometimes, because there's 0 chance we're going to kill this guy, and then he pops his ult. And we do kind of run back towards him, and the reason for that is to go up the jumpy-uppy thingy, but it didn't send us up. But I think it was just a little bit of lag. Luckily for me, that was the last of it. Right here, we do see a neon that's low, so we kind of wall peek him because there's also an Osis there. You can't auto shoot through the Osis smoke, but we have a manual fire button, so we manually fired and killed the Osis. And I thought I was better than I was, so I went for a Christina in an enclosed room as Judex. Yeah, you probably shouldn't try to do that, by the way. Up close, Christina is basically the counter to Judex. Sadly, there's a Christina in a lot of games, but you can also team up with your Christina and do some cool things, so, you know, good and bad comes with it. But you do want to try to take out those Christinas. You want to try to make sure you're prioritizing either killing a healer or making sure you get a Gloria or a Christina. The high DPS that's going to really screw your tank and healer, or the healers themselves on the other team, that's really who you want to get first. And as for your positioning, you always want to be near different cover that you can jump up and shoot people with. So that's why we like those boxes over on the left. Right here, I do see a bunch of people coming in. I was worried about an Osis flank, so I'd go and check for it, and when I don't see it, I go back realizing they're all coming this way, and I just throw my ult in the little alley bottleneck, so they all have to run forward into us or die inside of the fire, which some of them actually chose that, so that's not a good choice, but hey, it works out. And then we end up getting the third. Our teammates clean up the others. There's only one guy to go, and he is the Jabali. He's up top. We do a little bit more damage, and we are able to get him down. So that's the best part about Judex, is the fact that you can be an entire game changer when it comes to the end game because of that fire of justice. You can get people off the point in the most crucial times. You can save your teammates by blinding people, and most importantly, you can play these little walls, and if people see you, you can get out of there and you can jump shot them, and just make sure your positioning is making it to where you're safe. Right there's an Osis, so we don't want to let the Osis Osus see us, we want to help our team while the Osus is focused on us while not actually engaging the Osus until our teammates are safe. We notice the Christina went into that little bit of smoke, and we do go in and get him immediately. The Osus is just trying to do his thing, but the ult is a little too late, and we get the win. For attack, I mean, I consider that a win. But for the attack side, you do need to be very careful. You don't want to run in first. And they had an Osus, and that was pretty much it at the beginning. So I wanted to make sure I focused the Osus first. We can wall peek this guy, and he has no shot. I don't know why he even tried. But it allows us to push out with no fear of being sniped. We can just run in and do a ton of damage. And that is where Judex specializes. The Christina comes in, the other specialization of doing a ton of damage really fast, and we are able to just melt their entire team so quickly. And that whole time I was fighting the Jabali, I was actually reloading to heal myself. That's how I live there, is instead of worrying about shooting and killing them, I'm worrying about shooting and then immediately reloading so I can heal myself enough to end up living. And then we can come back out. Whenever you're low, make sure you're going for that cover and make sure you're reloading. If you have full ammo, shoot to the ground and reload. It is the biggest strength you have. This only applies to level 10 Judex, and I definitely suggest if you're playing Judex, you have to have the passive at level 10, but now you can get it for 4,000 coins in the store. It's not as hard as it used to be, so I definitely would suggest doing that. Right there, I thought I was going to do something really cool to a Gatlin, and I got destroyed. That's rough. But luckily, we were able to throw our ult onto the cart, getting everyone low and pushing them off. And since we don't have very far to go, that's perfect. And since the Gatlin just wrecked us, we are going to go ahead and sit in the fade bubble as long as we can and try to get him. And then we go off to where we have a nice right side wall peek. And after taking everyone out, we're going to kill the Neon, and now I'm just worried about throwing my flashbang and my other little stun grenade into everyone coming through and trying to take them out as much as possible and keep them off that point so we can go ahead and cap. The Neon comes down as fast as possible just to stall the cart, and the Osa sits up top because this guy is a guy named Frost who likes to make his team lose and never goes for the cart. And don't be like Frost. I mean, it's okay to not be in the point or like not go and push the cart entirely as Osus, although you actually should be the cart pusher as Osus. But it's okay to kind of hang back sometimes and pick off those kills. But if you're not picking off those kills, Frost, go for the hill, guys. It's not that hard. But on this one, we had a bunch of Frosts on our team. Actually, not really. We had a really rough start of this game, though, and we are doing our best to get it back. So this one is all about patience. You have to make sure you're making these patient plays because that's what your character really is all about. Judex is all about hitting headshots and making sure that you get away. You do the jump shots so they can't hit you and you can hit them. And remember, you're jumping up and you want to land on their head. That way it'll instantly shoot them in the head and you have a higher chance of getting those headshots, and then you can just worry about the rest later. Right here, we aren't worried about getting the kill instantly. We're worried about him shooting us back. That's why we went back down the stairs to have less of our head and body exposed. Right here, we just go ahead and abandon it, hoping they're going to go forward, but if they don't, that's fine too. We don't have to get the kills immediately. Right here, we are going for the sniper. He was playing really good, but we were able to get him, and we wasted his ult. And now our team's doing a great job to keep the hill, so we push in to try to help him. We kill the hunter, and now we have our ult over here, so that Jabali cannot go in the hill. It's going to get him low. He has to kind of push back, which is what we needed. He hits his ult, which sucks for us, but luckily we did get him really low. We're just trying to help on the shield. The second we see that Gloria shooting us from over here, we wrap around. We don't wait for the Jabali. The Jabali doesn't matter. Our team will kill him no matter what, but it's really important. Our positioning isn't allowing us to get killed by something like that Gloria or an Osus that could see us. We do have to rotate around that. And that's exactly what we do. That's why we're hiding from the Osus on this little corner here. And we can always poke out and shoot him in the head if we need to. But luckily, we win without needing to. But you know what we do need to do? Buy our thumbnails from Jordy. He is the best in the game, and if you would like those kind of thumbnails, go message him on Discord. Jordy Gozar makes the best thumbnails in the game at great prices, and even if you're a moron like me, he can help you with these ideas to make something awesome. Alright guys, thanks for watching and have a great day.